to another segment of our webinar focused on the theme, Where do we go from here? Today, focused on women empowerment. I have my co-host here, Shirley Ogomoro from the Women's Affairs Office. She is the Special Advisor. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, First Lady, for having me.
today.
And what a beautiful day. And
Yes.
thank you for the beautiful introduction.
All right. Today, we have two special guests, Miss Mariana Shannon Sasamoto and our newly crowned Miss Northern Marianas Earth, Maria Terlaje. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Take a seat. Miss
Love
Earth, this is the first time I'm seeing you after
Yes.
this reign and the crowning of your pageant, Miss Earth. We really wished we were there to
I know,
witness
it would
the
have
whole
been so
event.
great to have everyone, including Miss Mariana.
Yes, but considering the
The
time
COVID
we are
and the
in.
COVID-19 situation. But it was very beautiful. And
Thank
first virtual beauty
Yes.
pageant.
Yeah.
So that was
Yes.
exciting, and everyone can see all over the world.
Tell us what you feel. I mean, what do you feel when you've got, you
I
were
feel
crowned?
so blessed to be Miss Northern Marianas Earth, the second queen, and to be the only 2020 queen makes me feel like really passionate about what I can do this whole year and to follow in the footsteps of Leisha and Shannon. And I'm just truly grateful for the opportunity. And thank you so much, Lady Diann, for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. And Miss Marianas,
Yes.
you have an extension of your reign.
Yes.
Considering the pandemic, kind of brings me back to our past queens where, we have all endured Typhoon Sodalor, you two, and of course these queens were also forced to change their platform to kind of figure out, how can we help the community, right?
Yes.
So how are you coping with that?
Yes. So COVID-19, this whole pandemic has really given me time to self-reflect on my advocacy and my platform. So as we mentioned, our platforms kind of change and adapt to our circumstances. So I think the role as Miss Marianas has really changed. I think not only do we focus on one thing, but the whole well-being of our community.
And with COVID-19, it's a new different
Approach to
yes. Well, now you're going to do a lot of community outreach through online and social media
social
more than
media.
having
We
the
were following your
face-to-face.
video, by the way, here. All your videos, just me
Yeah.
with my girl and I would
Beautiful.
watch. And Mom, look,
Yeah.
coconut candy and coconut oil, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
experience that in Pagan a little bit. But
awesome.
great project on that
My
one.
goal was to promote the Marianas all while being in the Marianas. Right
Mhm.
now, travel is pretty restricted.
Mhm.
So,
It
of
is.
course, the role of
Yes.
Miss Marianas as well as Miss Northern Marianas Earth is to promote the Marianas. So I wanted to do that virtually and through social media, not just to tap into the audience within our community, but also communities outside of our islands.
Right.
And that's so needed now with COVID-19 and, like when travels are restricted, at least the whole world can zoom in or you can reach out to everyone else with your
Yes.
ideas and your
Yeah.
products and share with that.
And it's
So-
really amazing to see it come to life because not too long ago I reached out by PBS. She's from New York.
Congratulations
I was
on that.
so honored, and at first I didn't
That's
believe
awesome.
it. I was like, I told my uncle, I'm like, is this fake? I'm like, is this real? I couldn't believe it. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing and rewarding to see like your
Yeah.
work pay off and to see that it's not just me, but it's the CNMI.
Yeah.
Really
Just
being
a touch of a
represented.
button
Yes.
and the
Yeah,
cell phones
it's
and
amazing
iPads.
right now in the age of
Yeah.
social
Congratulations
Yes.
on that one.
media. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Yes.
Yeah. How would you continue your service to the community looking forward?
Yeah, so I have multiple events and projects lined up. I, of course, want to focus on the well-being of our community. I'm working with Sheila Babalta, Patty, and Soli. We're working on a community garden called the Hope Garden up in Tinopec. It's behind the Tinopec Youth Center. And our purpose, of course, is for environmental benefits, but also to promote physical health as well as mental health. So of course, we want to educate ourselves and our community on benefits of gardening and what it has on our land, but also physical health, because of course we're getting physically.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like during these times, most especially, I think families are heavily relying on canned and boxed goods. So if we're able to provide free fruits and vegetables in order to make a healthy lifestyle easily accessible, then let's do it. You know, and it's led by 4 women. It's really going to be amazing, and I know that this initiative and project is going to have a long-lasting impact on that community. We have a lot of people responding very well to our garden.
So will you have the youth come over and
yes,
help you out?
safely, of
They
course.
kind of learn how to be sustainable in
Right.
that sense of
Leading a sustainable development.
Yeah, because it kind of
Making their own
provides
food,
some
growing their
sort of normalcy within their community, because in our youth it's a lot of virtual interaction right now. So if we're able to provide some like physical activity, I think that would really help to break through that virtual interaction that we're getting so used to right now.
Definitely. A good break. And that's a great project. I was just inquiring because Sasupi has a community garden, and that's down in the south. So when I heard about the community garden up north, I'm like, this is beautiful because we can now have a balance on the island.
I love that so much.
Very much, yes. I think I volunteered to donate some plants to your to that garden, so I'm excited.
Is it already in place?
So we were supposed to have our first event 2 weeks ago, but with this rainy season, it's really unpredictable. The weather app is not very accurate. So, we don't want to put our kids in a situation where they might get sick or anything like that. So we want to prevent that and be able to have them garden on a sunny day.
That's nice.
So, Ms. Earth, maybe you can share a little bit of your advocacy.
So my advocacy is spreading the acts of love and kindness. And for me, I know it's not directly towards the environment, but towards our people. And I think that love and kindness is really the initiative to inspire our people to love each other and to have our children love their mothers, have their men love their wives. And love is really the initiative to fulfill someone with passion, and with love, it can inspire others to not make a difference in their community as well.
Right. So how do you think that advocacy can empower women?
So I think women, we need love, right?
All the time.
I love love. So I think for me, my advocacy was inspired through hard times, and what got me through it was love and kindness from each and everyone. And if that can inspire me, it can inspire others to not only love each other, but the environment, and to make an impact as well.
Right on. Well, can you give us one example of maybe an activity or an event that you are envisioning?
Okay,
in a
so
couple months?
I have so many.
Just
I think,
one.
Okay,
Just one.
so I guess I could say art is something I want to base my projects on.
Okay.
So when you go outside, and especially on our islands, our island is full of art. Just seeing the sunsets and our beaches.
Yes.
And
That's
Project Terlaje.
And Shannon did paint a pole with her sister, and that was a great artwork,
Oh,
by
I
the way. Thank you for
Guinaida,
supporting our project, Terlaje.
Yes, of course. I love the
And that's part of
initiative.
love too, like you're saying, the canvas of hope.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and
So-
that kind of brings back to her theme, right? The
Guinaida,
LGBTQ.
yeah.
Guinaida.
Oh, I saw
that
that
is,
one
yep.
too.
So her and
Yeah.
her sister do that. But go ahead, continue.
So with my project of art, whether it's through book or through painting, to inspire youth to see what they see, whether it's their sunset or what's in their home, and write it down, write a book or paint it on a canvas, and that inspires them to keep on going and to keep finding what they're passionate about. So
I'm sure we can help you with that.
One thing I really want to focus on is art and expressing what they feel inside.
Right on.
Well said. And I like how you said that because, during the lockdown with COVID-19 and before we had the Zoom classes, online classes, our kids were feeling a lot of nervousness and anxiety. Some kids will say something like, I'm bored. I have no friends. I miss my school. So when you talk about art and writing it down or drawing or putting some paint and just sharing love in the home, that really keeps them grounded and secured. So that's really important.
And keeps their brain stimulated and it's
Away
grabbing
from-
people's attention visually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Away from the technology addiction as well. would really promote that.
Right.
And we get so hooked on the technology, we tend to hug each other and say have a good day or a kiss goodnight to your kids or to your loved ones. Could you tell our viewers what are some of the challenges you've experienced in your reign as a queen?
So, yes, this pandemic has definitely hit us and given us a lot of setbacks, but I really don't see them as challenges. It's more of just adapting to the circumstances and finding like a loophole or something in order to be more efficient and
Silver
effective.
lining.
Yeah, with my projects. So, if I had to choose, I would definitely say again, the setbacks and the pace that we're going at, because we have to be understanding of small businesses, of different organizations, nonprofit organizations most especially.
Yes.
So yeah, so I would say, I guess, the pace that we're going at, because with a lot of projects set up, it's a bit hard to really have a deadline right now because everyone is dealing with their own individual issues and circumstances.
Very uncertain. Maybe you can share a memorable experience throughout your reign with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, throughout my whole reign,
Yes.
I would say it was on my birthday, which was close to Thanksgiving. So we had a Thanksgiving food drive. I partnered up with Triple J, Payless, and they gladly gave me a bin, and they provided me a space within their store. So I'm really grateful for that. And because the turnout was amazing, it was this huge bin, like bigger than all of us right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Really, it was huge. And then I also had another small bin, and so I gave one of them to Caradot, and I also gave one to Matarana. So it's so rewarding to see, or not only to just receive gifts, but also to give back to the community on your birthday. Because we do have that platform, we do have that power, so why not use it?
Indeed. Is that something you plan to do every birthday?
Yes! I have something planned. I have something planned for my birthday, which lands on Thanksgiving this year. So I'm so excited about that.
Maybe you can help. I'm on November 2.
Oh, November 26th. Yeah.
27.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Got it. Well,
Speaking of giving,
right.
I remember Miss Earth, every Sunday at church, from an infant, and then she became a toddler, and then here she goes serving as an altar server.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
you have been giving,
Beautiful.
since you were very young.
I think it just
so.
fills me with passion, honestly. And it gives me happiness to put myself out there and meet new people and work for the betterment of our community and inspire other people as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for
Yeah.
noticing.
Of course.
good
You
motto.
clearly remember because you were so cute. I wish I could go and pinch you a little bit.
I was 8.
But now that you are crowned Miss Northern Marianas Earth, you have more power
Yes.
to go out and spread the love, as per your advocacy, right? How would you use social media, since it's really, really big today? How would you use social media to empower your
So,
viewers?
I love
whether
this
it be
question
men,
because
women?
this is my question for the finals as well.
Oh, okay.
What I said was that social media, there's this stigma that there's an addiction, stuff like that. The negative sides of social media. But instead, what I wanted to do is use social media to make an impact. And I think that's what we're all trying to do, right? With your videos as well. So for me, what I really planned on was art, which is I wanted to invite our youth of the islands and create this inspiring video. Right, inspiring videos is what you do too, and I think creating videos or photos as well to just have a message and to implement that to our community really inspires others to make other videos as well. And I think that's what's really being branched out right now is new photographers and new videographers and people who want to inspire through social media. And I think that's what I really want to do.
Nice.
So,
And that seems like the new trend, right, First Lady? Everyone is just doing everything online and social media, teaching. There's even a baking class and how to be
Zoom
a
now.
young entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So it's the in thing now, the new norms.
right. So what advice would both of you would give people your age, the Manhobans? What advice would you give in terms of what to follow on social media and what to look for, what advice would you give?
I would say to find your inspiration, what inspires you, and follow through with that. Social media is a great outlet for inspirations. That's what I do as well. My inspirations not just include beauty queens, but politicians as well. For example, Alexandria
Yes.
Ocasio-Cortez. You know
Yes.
her? Yes. Okay. She is a representative of New York, and I just love her because she is so extremely straightforward, but very respectable, very intelligent, very knowledgeable on whatever she's talking about. In fact, I just watched a video of hers this morning.
Oh,
yeah, so it's really inspiring.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, go for what inspires you, what grabs your attention positively. I think, again, referring to what Ria mentioned, there is this negative stigma and negative side of social media. So I would also say maybe lower the amount of time that you spend. I think that's really the most important thing.
All right, so one of the foundation's mission is to provide services for individuals with disabilities, and we have had our annual Easter egg hunt for children with disabilities. We have brought back the Disability Sports Fest, which previously was the Special Olympics, but just because of rules and regulations with the U.S., we just kind of made it our local sports activity for the disabilities. It was unfortunate because of COVID, we did not have the sports fest, which really was already ready to begin. But same thing with the disabilities Easter egg hunt. But you have participated in our event
Yes,
and supported.
as a contestant.
Yes,
yeah.
as a contestant.
Yeah.
So you would have been there this year as
Yeah.
a queen. We will continue. We have, of course, continued the partnership with the Center for Living Independent and the public school system special education program. But we really would like to see more functions or events for these individuals. Like I've always mentioned, the inspiration really was, I was a teacher, and I've had a high school teacher. And these kids, after they graduate, they're nowhere to be seen out in the community. Their parents are busy working. How can you both help with something like that?
Yeah, so I grew up going to my mom's school. She was a Head Start teacher, and she also taught kids with special needs. That also influenced me to become a TA in middle school when I was out in the States for kids with disabilities and special needs. So I can relate with your passion on that because out there I noticed that there was a lot of isolation with that group amongst the whole school. So I think reminding them or doing projects and having them involved within our projects and community is really important because I don't want anyone to ever feel like they are forgotten just because, maybe we have to adapt to how they function and things such as that. So as I mentioned, I'm hosting another birthday giving.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
and
Can't wait.
I do want to have this be for CLI, Center for Living Independently. So as a queen, a bonus that I get is like Tresemme products and grooming products. So far I've been collecting the necessity grooming products like shampoo and conditioner. I will be donating that as well. I want to create a clothing drive and donate. Of course, we want to make it safe, of course.
Yes.
And also canned and boxed goods because yes, it may not be the most sought out for, but it is non-perishable. So I think it's the most convenient.
CLI would appreciate anything. They feed their consumers every single day, and they are a nonprofit.
It may be small, but if I am able to lift a weight off their shoulders, whether it be like this small, whatever, I want to do so.
And they always welcome guests at their center. So anytime that you have, the little time, pop in.
Actually, when I visited,
they would love to try on your crowns.
And
they really would love to.
And the little things does matter. When you came to the Easter egg hunt that First Lady would always host every year, just having your presence or anyone with a crown kind of makes it feel special, and they're inspired too. And just having the meet and greet is a really nice feeling because, like what First Lady said, even to visit randomly is also a good thing.
Yeah, it was a great moment because I met someone during that Easter egg hunt. And then I realized that she actually goes to NMC, so I saw her and I was like, hey! And she remembered me. She got so excited. So I was like, oh, wow, that's really great to bring people together that way.
I'm a mom with a special needs too, so I can feel it relate. But and I'm glad, and that's a beautiful thing that you're gonna donate and continue giving to the Center of Independent Living, because every time there's a new client that enrolls in, they give the consumer like a welcome bag, and on that welcome bag are donated goods, dry goods like cereal, canned food. It could also be noodles or just a care package, and like what you're talking about is really would come a long way. So that is helpful.
Thank you.
Awesome. They always look forward to guests at their place. So
That too, yeah.
And you know, of course, each and every time these kids come out, it's almost like a treat for them, you know, because like I said again, parents are busy coming out. So really, when there are events in the community that they can attend, I'm sure they would take advantage. And I'm happy that we were able to extend the Disability Sports Fest to Tinian and Rhoda as well.
Wow,
so yeah,
that's amazing.
Oh, it's really a fulfilling moment when you're there.
Just under circumstances like COVID, we weren't able to.
Yeah, and I'm sure Miss Earth can definitely take so many initiatives. They're already starting activities with CLI.
Yes,
They
are.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think
First off,
I attended one of your Easter egg hunts. I volunteered under Michelle Sublime. And just seeing the excitement on their faces, it really, like you said, inspires you, and is rewarding to see them out there, especially when their parents are busy. And just making them a part of any events that we do, including your drive and art events, really will make them feel not included. Exactly.
Ms. Marianas, I also know that you are working with the Girl Scouts with one of our projects. So at the foundation, again, we do we publish children's books. So we put out a contest for individuals, students, to write stories of anything, Chamorro and Carolinian, and you know, we publish a winning piece. So I believe you are working with the girls with
Girl
that.
Scouts.
So share with us your
we're
experience
really
so far.
excited because even though we're going through this pandemic, we're still being able to interact virtually with our Girl Scouts and having them included in different projects, of course. So one of those projects is working on a Girl Scout storybook, which is going to be a continuation of Serena's story and journey as the guardian of the Mariana Trench. So we're very excited. We're actually working with Michaela San Nicolas, who is a female artist from the Marianas.
Yay!
She's actually my niece.
Awesome.
She has done really nice.
She's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
She is.
So I had an idea of where I would read the Girl Scout storybook and then have these different illustrations pop up to accurately depict their creative writing and their imagination through that, and have people who watch those videos or younger audience be more engaged.
So exciting.
Yeah, it really is.
Right. So how do you think these Girl Scouts would feel having you there as a leader, as a role model? You know, work with them. How do you think that will empower these
so
girls?
fun. It is absolutely so fun on my part. But I'm sure it's absolutely so fun on their side as well.
Yeah.
But I think being present is really important because not only do they have me, but they have a bunch of different female role models being Girl Scout leaders. So that's very important. But I think it could encourage them to see how involved I am within the community and do so on their own. Because at the end of the day, you don't need a physical crown on your head to go out and do so many things within our community. Examples. I mean, it's amazing to see as a young woman or young girl. So if I'm able to influence them in that way and inspire them, I really hope to do so.
And they can use all the support they can get.
Yes,
the more the merrier.
There's a lot of direction that we can give them, a lot of advice that we can give them, because it's not just young girls, it's also young women, young teenagers.
Right.
Great.
Talking about role models, how about both of you share who is your female role model? Let's start with Miss Earth.
So I have so many female role models. But if I were to name one, it would be Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres is a host for a talk show that advocates kindness, and for me, that's my advocacy, which is love and kindness. and just having her face everyday backlash and you know, the hate from social media that we all get to, and just having her still stand up and spread kindness no matter whatever she's feeling or whatever she feels, the negative side of that. She still spreads kindness, she still spreads love, and she still gives. And for me, that's what really inspires me is to have that advocacy, to continuously give, to continuously spread kindness and love, because no matter what, you're looking forward, and that's where positivity is.
Right.
Nothing behind you. Look forward. That's my advice.
Right on.
That's like the advice I always live on. Look forward.
Awesome.
Yeah, so again, it's hard to choose. So I'm gonna go with 3. So I'll try and conclude this as much as I can, but I do love, again, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, as well as Cher. I look up to them both because I feel like they're so straightforward, they're fast thinkers, and they, again, are authentically themselves and are creating this, I guess, generation. Because Cher, yes, she's from the older generation, but she is still very influential within our generation, not just within drag queens, but pageantry as a whole. I mean, you see her outfits and her fashion. Again, yes.
Wow.
And also, Selena Quintanilla. I love her because she's so fun, she's so funny, she's so goofy, she doesn't take life too seriously. And I like to abide by that because I think sometimes, most especially with
You gotta
the
be a little
platform,
crazy.
Right?
yeah, that we have, we tend to be so serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think it's also great to know that we're human and we can let go.
Exactly.
And that's a great
happy.
thing, and thank you for sharing that, because a lot of women are always serious, working double time. We have some single moms who multitask, and with COVID-19, where everyone is just working double time, so we need to inspire, we need to let go sometimes and have that spunk and that fun in us, and add the craft and the art in your home, and share that love, especially when everyone's all on social media and there's no one-on-one contact at home. So beautiful. Great
As a
projects.
woman, I think our responsibilities pile up as we get older. You know,
Yeah.
That's true.
we get married, we have kids,
Oh,
and all that
definitely.
stuff, right? So,
Double time.
but you know, in today's society, we see the rise in women leaders. I mean, look at us here. I mean, she's special assistant for Women's Affairs. We have, you know, majority of our cabinet members are women.
Yes.
And then we do have our newly sworn in justice.
Yes.
Supreme
That is-
Justice.
And
in
that
there.
is, we're
She's-
proud of her.
Did you guys
Proud of
see her swearing in? Did you
I
follow
did,
that? Did you notice the CNMI
Yes,
flag
right
standing
there.
right there?
Yes.
You know, some people were like, "How did that happen?" You know, and I would joke to them like, "I asked them to put it right there."
And like, you see that
you know,
pride.
she's my influence.
And that made my day. You know,
jokes
made
aside,
the
but
made
wow,
the
you
CNMI
know,
proud.
How awesome is that?
Yes.
I think every Marianas was bragging about that, I believe. on social
Yes,
media.
we deserve to brag because we need that.
But again,
We need that
we brag more because she's a woman.
Definitely.
And you know, we continue to inspire and empower women.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So growing up, along the roadside, you would see those billboards of male candidates, and growing up, I never really realized that there wasn't much women being running for office. And nowadays, you see so much billboards alongside the road of women, Tina Sablan, that really truly inspires young leaders like us and young girls that no matter what leader you are, that it is possible, change is possible. And you definitely saw that change growing up, to see all those male
From all male not dominated
definitely.
to
exactly a
women
male
rising.
dominated office for women to rise now, and that really is something that I noticed. And here, women empowerment, that's something that means so much to me to see. As
Watch,
a
maybe
young
your faces
generation.
will be one of those
Right?
billboards.
There
Look
you
out,
go.
you never know.
Right. Just being
You
here
never
is
know,
a
but you
good
know,
thing.
I'm sure you know this position that you have right now will give you the strength, maybe even the courage to be in that particular role. Stepping up on that role.
Right. So, Miss Marianas, if you were to meet, if a young girl came up to you, how would you advise her to be a confident young girl?
So I think confidence starts with being authentically yourself and knowing who you are. Again, we are all made to be different. I am not put into this world to be exactly like you. You're not put into this world to be exactly like me. We're all meant to be different, and we're all meant to be accepting of it. I think it also starts with accepting yourself as well, and knowing that you don't have to always go with what's cool or what's trendy or what everyone else is doing. It's okay if you're taking a different path. That's totally fine. Everyone has their own paths. Everyone has their own life and their own journey and their own life lessons to take away. It's okay to be different. Different isn't bad. I think different needs acceptance.
Exactly. And now with the new trend, some youngsters are being bullied, or they're not cool because they don't have a piece of technology in their hand, and maybe they don't have TikTok videos, or so they become like unpopular. So that's a great advice, to be who you are and build your confidence from there.
Yeah, be who you are outside of social media.
And that way you can just thrive anywhere.
Yes.
And for our Miss Earth, I'd like to pass the ball to you. How would you advise a little girl to build her confidence?
So for me, what gives me confidence is being happy. And in order to be happy, you have to be authentically who you are, right? And I think whatever choice that it feels right for you, do it. Exactly, just do it. Because no matter what other people say, no matter what anyone behind you says, whatever makes you happy, continuously go for it, because that will fill you up with your own humble pride and confidence. And I think that's the key, is happiness and to be who you are, right?
Yeah, I think also to add in, it may seem unfamiliar and weird, but positive affirmations, positive self-talk is really important. I mean, look in the mirror and be like, I'm amazing. No, it sounds so girl. It sounds weird, like I'm talking to myself, okay? But it does work, especially before interviews. I always have this like self-meditation. Like I meditate, but also I reflect on, okay, I am great. I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to say everything that I need to say. I'm going to be eloquent. I'm going to be articulate. I say all those things that I want to be, and then you become it. And I think it's so unfamiliar because at least I wasn't taught to do that. I'm not sure if anyone else was, but it really does help.
It does.
It really does.
So one of the annual events that our second lady and I do is we recognize women. So 2 years ago we recognized women with a theme, breaking the glass ceiling. So these are women who held positions in a male-dominated arena, right? So we had fire women there. We had the Supreme Court.
We have Department of Public Works.
Yeah, we had line
there
women.
There were actually women there who were in the field.
We recognize women, across. And, like you said, right? Self-affirmation.
Yes.
We grow up not used to feeling like, hey, I'm it.
Don't over accessorize.
But sometimes we need to hear it from other people too, right? So when we recognize women for their hard work and their going beyond maybe surviving domestic violence, whatever it may be, it helps them. It helps them lift their spirits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reassurance.
Yes.
Definitely.
You help straighten each other's crown and reassure them, or tell them you look good. I like your outfit, or compliments. I remember my daughter was telling me for the back to school face to face, her classmates gave her a good comment, and she said, "Mom, I'm going to wear this all the time because I got good compliments and my bag was really beautiful." So see how a classmate, a second grade, telling another second grader that was just building confidence and pride. So that's really beautiful.
Going back to loving one another, loving yourself.
It reflects on other people as well. Like when you give someone kindness, they'll have that drive to give other people kindness. And it's like a chain reaction.
That's what they call, remember First Lady, the Ungonizer?
One love.
Each of you can share maybe one final message to our viewers and audience, and share your thoughts really of empowering women. So we can start with you.
Yeah, so I'm going off of that phrase that or quote most of us may have heard, which is the future is famalawan. But I go off of the quote, the past, present, and future has always been famalawan. And the reason is because we've always had that power within us. It's just that back then, and maybe even present, we weren't given the resources to use that power. We weren't, or we were being put into restrictions and limitations that didn't allow us to branch out and reach out. But now, as we're growing and through these generations, we see so many women excelling in their fields, excelling in their communities, excelling in their households, within their classrooms, within their work, within their community, within their islands. You know, so many. There's so many different. Yeah, there's so many different examples that I can use. But to conclude it and simplify it, I really do think that the past, present, and future has always been famalawan, and we're going to continue to do that.
All right, Miss Earth. So, you know, we do have a focus here with the Miss Earth pageant, and that's, you know, the protection of our environment and just everything environment, right?
Yes.
What is your stance on that?
What I notice is a lot of illegal dumping in the Marianas from all these businesses, just thinking they could throw and hide their trash behind trees on the beach or in any areas. Even when I go on hikes, there are so much big bags of trash that really breaks my heart to see that there are people in our community that are careless. And I think that's where education would really need to be implemented from not just me, but all our leaders and our young generation as well. They could also be that step to our community to educate that. And another thing that I notice is positively is with something that's also detrimental, is the global production, consumption, and employment has declined, right? A lot of people lost their jobs, but on the upside to look towards that is that air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions have lowered because there's less cars on the road, less businesses promoting that air pollution. And I think there is this visual where you see the air quality in 2018 versus 2020, and there was a big difference. And if we could see that difference in an amount of months, we can make that change for the future. Right. And I think that step begins with us. So thank you for allowing me to share that.
Yeah. And I mean, you're saying education, but how do we get it all started?
So for me, I really want to work in our schools and create these projects with these young kids that at school, in their schools, to have a project by the end of the year to find a way to promote the environment in any way they want to. And as well as social media and getting this message out there that climate change and global warming is real. And it all starts with us. The change starts with us, with our voice, and being here with you guys and allowing me to share with the platform that you have really makes me feel really grateful that I get to share that amongst our community.
All right. Thank you. Speaking of end of the year, I want to actually put both of you to a challenge. Are you, I don't know, would you be up for a challenge?
Yes.
Are you up for a challenge? Yes. And an environmental challenge. I think this is really great. You know, we see on social media since the beginning of this pandemic, everybody's planting, right? Growing their own vegetables and fruits, or, you know, just collecting succulents. Ready for this? Would like to offer you a challenge. Let's see if you can get our community to plant 500 trees before the end of the year.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So here's the deal for you, right? So every tree that is planted, we would donate $1 to MENA. So up to $500. So, you know, of course, MENA is an environmental organization, right? They go out and help protect our environment. So are we up for the challenge?
Great challenge.
I love that.
You can't resist that.
Trees before the end of the year. Are we down with that?
Yes.
You can't resist
I think
that.
it's possible.
Yeah, we can do 100 a week.
I mean, you have 50 friends. You have 50 friends. Your friend has 50 friends. And,
Exactly.
right?
Keep adding.
I think.
Yeah, and it's not just within Saipan, but Rhoda and Tinian.
Yes.
Now we're
creative.
Now we're gonna add another one. But yes, no, I'm kidding. Throughout the Marianas, 500 trees. I think. Yeah, I mean, you know, just one helps, right?
Spread the love.
But imagine 500 trees throughout the Marianas.
We can do it.
That's
It
amazing.
could be
You
a
can do
fruit
it.
tree.
Yeah.
It could be a flame tree. Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Yes? Are we up for
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk
I'm up for
logistics on
that.
We'll talk logistics to that, but yes, and yes, that's $500. All right. So, Miss Roberta Guerrero at Mina, are you ready to receive $500? Because these girls, I'm sure will get this.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, Miss Marianas, we are gearing up for the new pageant. I mean, I'm glad that both of you are here because Miss Earth, your pageant experience is very different from what
A traditional
Miss
pageant,
Marianas
yeah.
went through, right? I mean,
Yes.
I'm looking at both of you and I'm remembering my time during my, 1997, 98, I believe. One of those, so many moons ago, but, very different. The virtual pageant versus, a full-on
traditional,
tradition
yeah.
pageant. You got your audience cheering for you. So different from yours. So maybe you can
Yes.
share a little bit about that. Maybe with yours.
Okay.
Yes. Visual.
So I guess that part where we didn't have an audience, we didn't have the First Lady there, we didn't have Shannon there, we didn't even have our families. It was just the committee and us girls on stage and the live audience on their phones at home. So I guess that part, not feeling the hype or was I guess that was the downside for me personally. I really wanted my family there.
Yes, I'm sure.
But I guess part of a virtual pageant, you have to be understanding with the situation. How we did it was we prepared each week. 1 week was the swimwear portion. Another week was evening gown. The next week was costume. And then the next week was question and answer. And I guess preparing for each week, I guess that for me that was a little bit more stressful maybe than how it would be on stage. And I think with the international pageant as well, just continuously sending video clips to the Philippines and to the pageant out there is super stressful. And of course, we want the on stage.
Experience.
Yeah, exactly, the experience. But overall, I guess we all are queens now, us 5, and what. At the end of it, we all have that passion to make an impact, and that was what really mattered. And for me, that was my biggest worry, that with the pandemic and a virtual pageant, we won't be able to share our advocacies the right way to do our community events. And so that was what I was worried about. But standing here today, I can tell you that I'm working hard to make that impact, and that a virtual pageant is the same thing as an on-site pageant, just through your phone. So it's really fun and rewarding both ways.
Right on.
Yeah, it's really admirable to see you as well as all the different contestants to still participate in a pageant knowing that we are going through hard times and challenging times in a
Yes,
pandemic. So
exactly.
it's really admirable to
The
see
pageant,
that women are still
the
taking that
pageant
initiative.
was definitely proof and evidence that the impact you want to make can still be done, whether you're in a situation of the coronavirus or anything, that hardships that you're facing, anything is possible. And the virtual pageant was very evident to that. And I'm very grateful to be a part of that.
Yes.
That's exactly true. The show must go on.
The
You know,
show-
we don't.
Life must go on.
Yes,
Show must-
we conquer. We
Yes.
keep moving. The circle of life.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then you have
Yeah, so
tell
we are
us.
preparing for the 2021 pageant. We're so excited.
I'm so excited for you
Yeah,
guys.
I'm so excited. Yes, we are dealing with the pandemic, of course, but like Shirley said, the show must go on, life must go on. We do have a lot of projects and events lined up for them because we do want to give them an accurate representation of what it's like being queen. We want to give that and offer that opportunity to them, not just when they're queen, but when they're contestants. That's how we can really prepare them for this role. But I'm so excited because, even though we're going through challenging times, we're still able to give women an opportunity to empower themselves, to empower their role, and to empower their community. So I'm really excited for the turnout. I hope everyone tunes in. It's
Can't
going
wait.
to be so amazing. And again, it's going to be an on-site pageant. And basing it off of my experience, oh gosh, it's amazing. It's really amazing to see, and to see that their hard work pays off. So I'm really excited to see that. I'm so grateful for all the people and sponsors who are working with us, as well as the members that we have within our organization.
Do we
And
have a
maybe
date for the pageant set already?
March, somewhere March, end of March, yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
if you are tuning in and you know someone that would like to participate in joining this beauty pageant, and I'd like to, share with you as an audience and to both of you that, this is a lifetime experience. I mean, I can still picture myself on that stage 1998 ago, dancing to Spice Girls, Wannabe.
Wow.
I can really remember that. I mean, I do so many things in life, right? And yet I remember that.
What a good
That's
experience.
a memory that stands out, So, I mean,
Yeah.
could you imagine, what you remember 20 years later?
That is 20
Same with you.
years ago.
Yeah, yes, it was. It was quite a long time ago, but, it's fulfilling. It builds character, at least for me on my end. I kind of, it helps me, come out. I was dancing professionally at the Saipan Grand Hotel. So that kind of helped me bring out and be confident too about myself, right, and who I am. But that experience, the beauty pageant experience, is great, and it's a great opportunity for all of
Yeah,
us.
I
So
think
if
whether
you
it
know
be-
someone
Yeah.
who is willing to be a contestant, to join the pageant,
Yeah, contact us,
contact
please.
the Stella Marianas and their team.
And the upcoming,
Yes.
the future.
You want to
pageant.
share with your audience some information about it?
Oh.
Okay. There you go.
So for the Miss Earth organization, right now we are going through the international pageant, and you could stay tuned to all our upcoming videos and events on Facebook, and it can also be premiered on YouTube as well. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Congrats and good luck. You're
Thank
doing
you.
amazing. Yeah.
All right, Miss Earth, any last words for women empowerment?
So what I want to advise all women, young girls, is whether you're 10 years old or 100 years old, you are strong. Whatever you see yourself as, you are good enough for that, and to always look forward, because whatever's at the end of that tunnel that you're looking at is what you will be. And all women, all girls have that voice, and your voice will change the world. And I believe to always look up to other women as well, to empower them so you could feel empowered as well. And go women! Go
Yay.
from the
Viva
lower!
Viva Well, I would personally like to thank both of you for joining us here today in this segment. It is important that we continue to empower each other, empower women, and begin with the girls. As they grow up, and to guide them to continue the positive thinking into being who you want to be when you grow up, right? And just caring for other people. We'd like to thank you. Thank you for
Yes, we'd
sharing
like to
your
thank you
thoughts
both as
and
well.
your ideas.
Beautiful ideas. Thank you for sharing.
So I mentioned earlier that every during our women recognition, Second Lady and myself always give a pin, and these are the pins that this is the pin that I'm wearing today. So this is the Famalaw and Marianas pin. I actually designed this pin. It's got the silhouette of a woman, the Lady Stone, and the flower on the side, right? So we would like to give each of you a
Thank
pin
you.
today.
Thank you so much.
I love that. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, it's really cute.
Oh, thank you.
So it has the ladder stone for the strength and the women representative, and the flower is our CNMI state flower, the plumeria.
Ooh.
So wear that with pride. Wear it to your all events and stuff.
Yes.
Thank
You
you
can
so
put it on our
much.
sash.
There you go.
Right?
Beautiful.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.